and there's no freedom in Christianity. There's Christianity's boring. And I just, and I get to looking back on my life, and I think some of the fun that I thought I was having really was not. And some of the things that I do now, I mean, the most fulfillment I have now are in the simple things. Simply, getting up in the morning, reading a little bit, sitting out by the lake and drinking a cup of coffee and marveling at this creation that, was just, an accident of two cells bumping together. It just is, it's fascinating to me how people cannot believe and not understand. I think it's like, so what did Romans say? Paul said in Romans, everybody knows the truth. Everybody knows it. It's there. There's anybody, it's somebody who says that they're denying it. They're simply denying what they know to be true, because their pride will not allow them to say, okay, maybe I'm not right. Maybe I should be quiet and just see what I hear.
Yeah, but I think everything is trying to pull us away from that relationship that you're talking about in the book.
Yeah.
Here, one of the things I loved about just the general theme of the book, and it's and I did the read through, kind of the quick read through, the second read through over the last couple of days, right on the heels of my wife and I. She actually is leading a read through the Bible, and we just finished the Old Testament. We just started the New Testament. And Bart, it's so interesting and fascinating when we start not just looking at the specific scripture, but the story of the Bible. And the story of the Old Testament is exactly what you just said. God just wanted his people to be eager for the master. That's it. That's all he wanted. It's that simple.
That was it. So, I did something very interesting about reading through the Bible. I did something very interesting. I've done it a few times over the last 10 years, more than once and less than 10, but I've done it a few times. And that's start in Genesis 1 and read all the way through Revelation 22 in order, just like a novel. Don't bounce around, don't jump around, read the whole. Now, I will tell you this, you're going to get some parts in Deuteronomy and Chronicles where you may not be able to quite make it through all of that. But for the most part, you just read through it. And that has opened my eyes so much to the story, to God's story. It really, hear people say something, the Bible is God's love letter to mankind. It really, really, truly is. It's full of wrath. It's full of chastisement and discipline, but it is full of love. And most of the time you look at that chastisement, that discipline, that wrath, something good came from it. It was used. I'm not one of these people who believes everything happens for a reason. I just don't believe that. But I do believe all things work together for the good for those who love the Lord and are called according to his purposes. I do believe that. Yeah. And and I think some people they get, one of the things that bars people, I believe, from getting close to the master and being eager for the master is hard times. And they get in a hard time, and they have that thin faith. And then it's so easy for them to begin to question God. And I think that's okay. I think Job taught us that that's okay. But where you're coming from, where we're at in your walk, when you start coming with those kind, because I feel like when I came with God with those questions, back in 2000, they were angry.